Welcome to Fear Free Friday. Love Fear Free Friday. This is day 61 of the 2 Minute Author Challenge, and today's quote comes from Jonathan Kozol, who said, "Pick battles big enough to matter, and yet small enough to win." Great advice. Hi, my name is Christopher Diarmani, and I help authors go from blank page to finished first draft to published book with ease. And on a Fear Free Friday, I can't think really of a better set of advice for making sure that we challenge ourselves and yet make sure that we're successful at the same time. That's ultimately what this quote means for me, is that I need to challenge myself with big, important, goals, battles, whatever you want to call them, and yet I need to ensure that I can be successful while I'm doing that. So let's talk about that a little bit. So here's a few things that a worthy goal must contain. It must force us out of our comfort zone. Because our comfort zone is where all of our dreams, all of our desires, all of our aspirations for our life truly do go to die, right? So we need to step out of that. A worthy goal will also push us to new heights. It will force us to learn new things. It will force us to embrace new ways of thinking, of doing, of a whole bunch of different stuff. But it also allows us to remain inside that psychological safety bubble that is so important if we're going to move forward fast, effectively, and yet not damage ourselves in the process, right? So here's a few other things that worthy goal must do. It must be difficult enough so that it challenges us. I guess that's really just another way of saying, get me out of my comfort zone. Challenge me, force me to do things I haven't done before, because that's how I learn and how I grow. Same is true for you. And yet, it must remain within the realm of it's possible for me. If it's possible, but not possible for me, that's an issue. Not to say that most things aren't already that way, but there are certain things that are not possible for me. For example, at my stage in life, running a 4-minute mile ain't gonna happen. I suppose it is actually possible, but I don't think I'm willing to extend the effort that would be required to get myself into the physical shape, the amazing physical shape that would be required to do that. So, and given that only 1,800 people or so in the world across history, since Roger Bannister first did this, have actually accomplished that feat, chances are that for you, like for me, that I'm going to classify running a 4-minute mile as impossible. But so many other things, like writing your book, that's completely within the realms of possibility for anyone. It truly is. So the beautiful thing about writing your transformational nonfiction book is that it fits all of these criteria. It forces us out of our comfort zone. It challenges us to learn new things, new ways of expressing ourselves so that others can learn from our experience. It does all of these things in a really, really beautiful way, no matter who you are. Yes, even you. If you've never written a book, you can still do this. Because regardless of your level of writing talent or your perceived lack thereof, you already possess all of the skills required to do this. You really do. Writing a book is possible, and not only is it possible, it's possible for you. It's possible for me. And that ownership of that idea is critically important. Now, how challenging that process will be depends on a whole bunch of different things, some of which is your desire to share your story so that you can help others. If you have a really strong desire to do that, it's going to make this process so much easier. If you're self-disciplined and you're motivated, highly motivated, because you know that whatever you've survived, whatever you've lived through, that solution can help so many other people, those are all things that are going to really help you keep that daily momentum going, that self-discipline alive that is required. And again, your passion for this project, your passion for writing a book, and your passion for helping others. Those are sort of some really key core ingredients. But you can still write and publish a book even if all three of those are 0 on your scale. It's not required, it's simply helpful. Just keep that in mind. So the thing about writing a transformational nonfiction book is the purpose behind it. No matter who you are, no matter who I am, you and I have been through some really traumatic experiences in our lives that have forced us to come up with solutions, to learn things, to overcome those problems and allow ourselves to make it to a place where we can thrive. That's true for probably almost every human being on the planet. So if you've ever overcome one of those big traumatic problems, here's the thing. there is someone else out there who's facing that same problem and needs your survival guide, needs the solution only you can provide in only the way you can write it, that they can hear it. It's not that someone else can't provide the solution. They're not going to be able to hear it. They need to hear yours. So again, keep that in mind, is that if this is even on your heart a tiny little bit, I urge you to go for it, because there is someone out there who is desperately waiting for what you and only you can provide. Now, as someone who's done this a few times, I can tell you it's normal and natural to feel a bit fearful about this entire process, which again is why Fear-Free Friday is such a beautiful day to address this issue, because the fears are never real. They're always boogeymen trying to scare us out of doing the thing we know we need to do. And if writing a book is on your heart, and if you have a compelling story to share that you know will help someone else, look that fear in the face, tell it to go away in whatever language you need to use to do that, and go for it. It does require being vulnerable on levels you may be not willing to go to right this moment today, but you will be as you get into the process, because the deeper you go into the process of writing this book is going to force you to be more open, more vulnerable, at a deeper and deeper level every step of the way. And the beautiful thing about being willing to go deep into your own pain like this is that that reflects authenticity that simply cannot be faked. You cannot fool someone into believing that you are authentic when you're not. But when you bare your soul, when you bare the pain, you share everything that you've been through and how you got out of it, more importantly, that authenticity is how we build connection with others. And arguably more importantly, it's how they are able to connect deeply with us, resonate with what we're saying, and take on those suggestions, those solutions that we're offering, and implement them in their lives. That's what it's all about. This is how we transform our own internal pain and the solution that we were forced to discover through going through that pain. This is how we transform that into someone else's survival guide. There's a great quote from Brené Brown that talks about that. It's like, one day you're going to write your story. I'm paraphrasing here. One day you're going to write your story, and the how you got through this is going to be someone else's survival guide. It's a beautiful quote. And that's ultimately the core of all of this for me, is that it's such a powerful thing, a powerful calling, a powerful duty, if you will, to write someone else's survival guide. Truly is. So if that's on your heart to do, I can't encourage you enough to do it. I really can't. So if you enjoyed today's video, please like and share it, as I always ask, and share in the comments what all of this means for you and the story that you want to share, even if you haven't started writing it yet. I would love to hear that. I really, really would. I would also love for you to connect with me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, all the rest of them. And you can find all of the links to all of my social media accounts at sleekbio.com/Christopher. Very, very easy. It's all there. Again, I want to talk about Publish Press, an amazing family of plugins. If you have a WordPress blog and you're trying to schedule content out, and you're trying to create a regular, consistent publication of content for your tribe, this is arguably the best suite of plugins to help you do that, available on the market anywhere, and for an amazing price. So there's free versions, of course, and there's paid versions. I'm giving away a full suite of the pro versions of this WordPress plugin suite this month. ChristopherDiamante.net/giveaway is how you enter. I would love it if you would go and sign up to win it. I'd also love it if you would share this with others, because this is a suite of plugins that simply needs and deserves wider recognition. Steve, the owner of the company, is an amazing man, and he is so approachable. That's one of the things that really blows me away about Publish Press and the company behind it, is that no matter what question you have, Steve is probably going to answer you directly. He always has for me. I know he has people for this, and yet he has always taken the time to answer me personally, and that's really rare in this day and age. So that's just one of many reasons. I mean, the plugin suite itself is incredible. It accomplishes it solves so many problems for me as a content creator. It'll do the same thing for you on a whole variety of areas. And as the month progresses, I'll be going through a series of in-depth tutorials on each plugin in that suite. So look forward for those coming up, probably starting sometime next week. But until then, ChristopherDiamani.net/giveaway. That's how you enter to win the suite of the professional plugins, courtesy of Publish Press. Steve was very grateful to actually donate the entire thing. It was awesome. And I will be back, of course, tomorrow. And we'll talk some more about book marketing copy with something from Casey Demchak, who is my go-to copywriting guru when it comes to writing compelling book marketing copy. So until then, Fear-Free Friday. Do yourself a favor, pick a battle that's big enough to matter and yet small enough to win today. Do that and make your tomorrow better than it is today. All right? Have a fantastic rest of your day. I will talk to you again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Bye-bye.